Dubai is more and more a city of lights. And with us today, an entrepreneur that has made a living out of selling, installing, designing, creating lighting atmospheres. Jeremy, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, Jeremy. So where did it all start? Where were you born? What was your upbringing? How did you get to where you are today?
Do you have 3 hours?
I have about 6 hours. Take your time.
No, so I'm from France. I was born.
I couldn't tell with the accent.
But it is what it is. Born in Paris, then I moved to Lyon and studied in Lyon.
What did you study, out of curiosity?
It was engineering initially.
Interesting.
Mathematics and engineering.
Wow.
You see.
Very serious.
And yes, this is what I have to say, but the end is less serious. I studied engineering and mathematics, and then I went to business school. It was some nice years.
In Lyon?
No, it was north of France.
Okay.
And then we did a few internships over the world. So I've been traveling a little bit.
What industries did you work in?
It was foam industry.
Foam?
Yeah, foam, like flip-flop, like interior of cars for, foam. And it was for some training, internship. And I was a trainee in Boston, then a trainee in Bangkok.
Nice.
And this is how I started. This is what I studied, yeah.
Okay, so you did your internships, and after you finished your studies and your internship, what did you get? Did you get a job?
I did a specialized master in finance and entrepreneurship. I was always passionate about entrepreneurship and having our own company, independency, things like this. And as well, I liked the idea to trade and to be a trader. Which I studied for. When I got graduated, I went to work for a fund.
Oh, so you did work in finance?
Yes, a little bit. And I used to say I'm a child of the subprime.
Of the subprime era, yeah.
Yeah, so subprime era, and it was a lot of problem in finance at that time. So that was the first, when you say milestone, you get out of schools, you're happy to be in finance, you realize your dream, and then suddenly...
It's the worst time to be in finance.
Exactly, the worst time. So you have to pay the loan and things like this. So I said, look, Africa, it's funny because I want to talk to you about that after. But Africa, I didn't really know. China, I wanted to speak more English, so I thought it was not the right place. Australia was very far, so I said Dubai, and this is how I ended up in Dubai.
And you came to Dubai just like that, or did you come with a specific project in mind, or you?
No, in fact, what happened is like the president of the fund when I was in finance. Was as well the CEO of a flooring company called Gerflor.
Okay.
And this flooring...
Gerflor is quite known.
Yes, in France, worldwide. And I said, look, I didn't do all these years of studying and finance to end up selling PVC flooring between Limoges and Poitiers, two small villages in France. And he said, where do you want to go? So... This is what I said, not Africa, not China, Australia too far. I said, why not Middle East? And it was a new continent for me. In Middle East, Dubai, it was the start of, for people from Europe, we could hear a little bit about Dubai.
What year was this?
It was 2008, 2009,
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
And he said, look, I have a little subsidiary in Dubai. You want to go there and to manage it? So I said, yes. Yallah, let's go.
Nice. And that's how your move to Dubai happened.
Yeah, 22 years old.
Okay, so 22. Yeah. Wow, very young. Okay, so you came here, you were managing the subsidiary of flooring for Gerflor. And how did you then move into starting your own business or having your own business in lighting?
I specified a lot of flooring with architects, interior designer and things like this. I have to admit that I got a little bit, you need that in entrepreneurship.
Opportunistic and lucky. Opportunistic and lucky.
A little bit of luck because, in fact, when I came, let's say it was less people than now.
Yeah,
we were
less competition for
less
sure.
competition. We were 3,000 French, and I had access to some, let's say, important
Contractors
people,
and
important people, and I got access to them directly because they were. It was not having a big activity, you know.
Yeah.
So I started like this, and I got a proposition in a lighting company from Lyon. And maybe people don't know, but Lyon is the city of lights.
Really, yeah.
From country of lights, France. And to be honest, like the new technology, it was LED lighting.
Yeah.
And I saw more opportunity in selling LED lighting for the environment than PVC flooring.
Of course.
And then something, so it was a group, they came to me, they said, you want to manage this subsidiary, this branch in Middle East, based in Dubai. So it was a bit more important in terms of employees, and I started like this.
Interesting. So you moved from the flooring to the lighting industry. You took over this company that you were managing, the subsidiary out of France. And how did you then turn this into entrepreneurship and being the main stakeholder of this business?
So in fact, directly I've been supplying a lot of projects, but flagship projects. You know, without doing too much advertising, I've done the first headquarter of DIWA. DIWA was the first LEED Platinum building certified. It was a big milestone for Switch.
That's an environmental standard, yeah.
Yes, exactly, and a high one, platinum.
Yeah.
It was the first platinum building in the whole Middle East, you know. Out of 120 points for environment, Dubai won 97 points, and the lighting brought 26 points.
Amazing. So it was substantial,
big,
yeah.
Substantially, and so I started little by little. I started to buy some shares of the subsidiaries. And then to buy some share, you have to set up another vehicle of investment. And I did set up myself because I was in finance. I wanted to control a little bit. And, you know, you're full of energy.
Yes.
You want to know everything. And I invested in this branch. And then little by little, the branch became bigger and bigger. And we did supply Dubai Mall, for instance.
Big projects.
52,000 luminaires. Very proud of it. Then in Dubai, Metro, leading to Expo 2020.
And was there a lot of players in the LED business back then, or was it a lot less than now? Obviously, but
when I look back, I'm super proud of the whole team and the things because Switch Made is not a big name on the market. Yeah. We've got just to let you know, Dubai Metro, you have 5 tenders, which is indoor, outdoor, canopy, facade lighting, landscape. We won the 5 for all the stations.
All 5 of them,
okay, with RTA. And you're talking about 30 people in the tender.
Wow.
For the schools in Abu Dhabi, when you light the schools, the new school program was 80 people on the vendor list.
Wow.
So it's very
competitive.
Yeah, you know, lighting is like food.
Yeah. There's a lot of players in the market. So what is it that drove you about your business? You know, when you're building something or when you're growing a business, especially if you're buying shares, like you're saying, something has to drive you. Was it the competitiveness of the market? Was it leaving a legacy, like you're talking about Dubai Mall and Dubai Metro, all that? Was it the challenge of being able to compete in a big market like this when you're a small name? What is it that kept you going, or that kept you hungry for more, or to get bigger?
The projects, significant project.
Yeah.
What I really like, you know, it's to the difference with flooring or ducting or AC or whatever is like you can see it. You know, when you do a facade of a big building, let's say
the creativity of it.
The Chamber of Commerce, for instance. Chamber of Commerce of Dubai, you know, it's a whole facade lighting, and they wanted to keep the same proportion of lighting into the lagoon, you know, the sea lagoon. And in fact, it's 18 months of design. People think it's all about lighting. No, it's about design as well. Artistic design, and you see that. And
so it's creation. You like the creations that you've did. It's creativity really that drives you. It's being able to bring objects to life with the light.
Exactly. Yeah. Enhance a building, you know, as well. So you see that with big hotel and things like this. Creativity. As as well supplying, engineering, adapting,
The
made to
technical side
measure,
of
things like this, you
yeah.
know. But specifically, I'm thrilled by completing those big projects.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at the metro of Dubai,
yeah, milestones.
like it's like wow, you know.
Yeah.
And this is what I like in Dubai. They give the chance
For everyone.
for everyone, and
Yeah.
the best.
What's one thing people assume about you that isn't true? That's a good question. Knowing you, that's a very good question.
Yes, and you know me.
Yes.
People assume a lot of things, you know. First, I think they don't understand too much what I've done when I was younger. You can be you categorized as a big talker or things like this, but you know, I prefer to achieve than to talk. And but I'll tell you something. I say what I do, and I do what I say. And that's a big problem when you're young. And when you are now, I'm a father of 3 kids, beautiful wife, thank you. Now it's normal. It's like, oh, Jeremy, he did that. But the same people were criticizing. So what people, they don't know about me, it's clearly that I've done it for the sake of entrepreneurship. I love what I do.
Achievements.
Achievements.
Do you think there's a lot of jealousy when people achieve things and when people are successful?
Too much.
Too much.
I
It's
think too
interesting
much,
because
and
a lot of the guests say that. So it's
when I say too much is I won't say the nationalities, but there is certain nationalities as well where people compare themselves too much about that, and you know. Let's not talk specifically about that.
But
for instance, you see the Americans, for instance, they keep on saying they are happy for you.
Yeah,
you know,
they
it's great, you
you.
look amazing,
Yeah,
things. I look something at school, it's like Americans, for instance, like a Big Mac, a big sandwich. I'm going to have big money, do big bucks, you know. In French, it's like I'm going to have a little kiss. I'm going to do a little that. So it's cute.
Think big,
but sometimes
the Americans have a very cultures
needs
are
a
very
balance,
different.
right?
Yes. What's the hardest truth you find about running a business that people don't know or don't know what's behind the scenes? What is the hardest thing about running the business for you?
No, I don't even have to think. Loneliness? How do you say? Loneliness.
They say it's lonely at the top. Yeah, loneliness. Yeah.
You're alone. You know, I spent a decade to bought back the group.
Yeah.
But I went from the subsidiary to the group, right?
Yeah.
With 8 subsidiaries over the world.
Yeah.
And up to 120 people. You're alone. You want to be alone, but the day you're alone for decision. If you don't have, at this size, you know, it's big, but it's not that big.
Yeah.
So you don't have a board of directors. You don't have a board of directors. You don't want an administration panel. You don't. If you don't put them into place,
you don't have advice.
You don't have it, and you don't have advice.
Yeah.
And you know, it's really, really difficult sometimes not to ask advice from people. So people think you are independent as an entrepreneur. They want this. A lot of people, like coming 40, 45 years old, they've done like 20 years of employment, and they want their own independency, freedom, do whatever. Yeah. But at the end, you're alone, and a big thing, it's not intrapreneurship, it's entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
When you are an entrepreneur, it's not your money. There is as well a big difference when you put your money.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Because in big time, for instance, like COVID time, you know, and you have to pay everyone. You see your money going, you know? It's very different.
Yeah, I hear you. What differentiates, or what would you say, what characterizes the clients in this region that you see often a trait in some of the clients here that you think is difficult to deal with or challenging or how can I say this, that's typical of the clients in this region?
The mix of nationalities and cultures.
So is that a challenge?
So for me, it's something fulfilling me or my team or things like that. I love it, you know, even for my employees or things. But when you speak about clients, sometimes it is so frustrating. Because I tell you what, it's a question of nationalities and culture, you know, and it goes to education. But you can be educated, but in a different way.
Yes.
And my big thing is like when you let's say you develop a new product, you engineer it very well and stuff, and it's €2 more out of, let's say, I'm speaking euro, it should not be. It's like 250 dirhams, so now it's 260.
Yeah.
For 10 dirhams, sometimes a guy doesn't give you the chance. It's like, no, I have 250, la.
Yeah,
250. I'm gonna explain to you
and that's
what
a
is
cultural thing, you think?
It comes with competition, and it comes to people that want always the less. It's like, it's like this is a culture of discount here.
Yeah.
Discount. They want a discount.
Yeah.
Africa, it's a little bit the same.
Yeah.
But sometimes you are coming from Europe, you are not used to start at 300 to go to 250, because otherwise people think you're a thief.
Yeah. You
And
start at 300 to finish at 295. Yeah. Yeah.
And here, they like to feel that they've squeezed you.
Yeah.
Due to competition things. It's tough.
Yeah, I understand. Have you ever refused a project or walked away from a project because either you didn't agree with their vision or they didn't agree with yours?
Yeah.
Or do you always adapt? You try to adapt,
no,
obviously.
To be honest, 98% or 95, I don't know. But statistically, we adapt to the project. We made to measure.
But you've had instances where you're just like, this is not going to work with these people.
Because at one point you can't sell. As an entrepreneur, you have as well I don't know if it's the
duty,
real one. No, the real word in English, but your ego.
Yeah.
We all have a little bit, you know. And at one point, said enough is enough.
Yeah.
So I've done. I just said now no more, and I ran away. Yeah. Sometimes it's good. It feels good to do that.
Yes, of course, and it gives you a lot more credibility as well in certain instances. What would you say is the biggest mistake you've made as a company owner? Is there one that I know that you're very proud of what you've accomplished, but is there a mistake that comes to mind in terms of, you know what, if I had to go back, I would do this differently, and surely we all have those. We all have made those mistakes along the way, but is there anything that pops to mind?
At my level, you don't do mistake.
Of course.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I've done a mistake. I think realizing that during COVID time, a big mistake. I've been a bit greedy.
Interesting.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because when you start making money at the end, you deserve it. You work so many hours and things. But I should have hired at that time. We're talking like 2017.
Yeah. Pre-COVID.
General manager to teach him or learn how to work with him to delegate. And I've said I prefer to put this money into again the company or in my pocket.
It's funny because as we do more of these podcasts and we talk to more entrepreneurs from different industries, different cultures, different backgrounds, we get the same. We're starting to get a lot of the same answers over and over, especially with the founders. Like, a lot of them regret, for example, being too hands-on or wanting to have, control of everything for too long, rather than having somebody take some of that weight off their shoulders so they can focus on the growth of the business or on strategy or whatever it is. So that's something that's quite recurring. In terms of, we spoke about the creativity, about how you see yourself creating. Not art objects, but somewhat, creating unique pieces for every project that you do. How do you protect your team's creativity versus a world that's obsessed with quick results, right? They want everything now, especially in this part of the world. The new generation also want everything very quickly. They want it, overnight, as quickly as possible. We're in the instant gratification type of era right now, and creative things sometimes require time, and beautiful things sometimes require time, and quality work requires time. How do you balance or protect your team or your company or your services versus the expectations of the market of we want everything now, we want it as cheap as possible, as quickly as possible, as good as possible?
It's really difficult.
Yeah.
And the first answer that comes to my mind is I have a super team that is quick. And we're quicker than others.
Yeah.
Or we're trying.
That's key, right?
No,
that's
we're trying to. And I would not give you a good answer if I would say, I protect them because of this. No, we try to be quick. Yeah. And at one point, we try to say no as well. When you said, oh, we don't do that, go to see another designer and then come back to us, we'll do only the supply. I've found a kind of solution for that. It's not working all the time, but the A, B, C. A is design, B, supply, C, logistic.
Yeah.
If you're in the rush, you have to hire to raise a budget to do air freight, for instance.
Yeah.
You know
for
what
logistics,
I mean?
Yeah.
So we said in French, You cannot have the bread, the jam, and the butter.
Yeah.
And this is what I explained. I said, you want a super design, a super product, not to pay a price? I said, no. So, it's the same thing in finance. You want 20% discount, and you want to pay 10% advance payment.
Yeah. Doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You want more discount, give more advance. Just a balance.
Help me help
balance,
you.
balance.
All right, Jeremy, we spoke about you. We spoke where you came from. We spoke how you got here. We spoke about the business that you've built. Now I want to talk a bit about the future, right? And where your business and the industry is going in general. Where do you see, first of all, let's talk about AI, right? Because we have to talk about AI today with everything, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you want to see it. How do you think AI, or will it affect your business in any way? Well, maybe from a design perspective, are you using AI tools today that help you with the design, that are facilitating the design, or
We do.
Yeah.
We do. It's key, and you have to live with it.
Yeah.
I would say AI, you have to take it. This is my personal and humble thing.
Yeah.
You have to take it as an army of trainees.
Yeah.
So you take them seriously. You try to train them as well to what you want.
Yeah.
It's a good tool to support you and help you, but doesn't make the art of lighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you think about something. You ask AI some rendering, it's working, but then you have to design yourself.
Yeah, because AI can decide if it looks nice or not. Only your eyes and your brain can decide that, right? At the end of the day, and your experience and your knowledgeable.
It's definitely helping. It will be for me like a bunch of juniors or junior designer
that do the legwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Well, what's one trend that you see today in the lighting industry that you would like to disappear? That a trend that you don't like, and a trend that you would like to see evolve, for example. Anything that comes to mind?
The quality.
The quality is bad?
Quality is bad now in the lighting.
For example, I could tell you, I hate white lights, right? I hate, the problem I have with LEDs is every time I install an LED light, it's white, right? It's the color looks like, I feel like I'm in a hospital. I like the old-fashioned warm
and you're
yellow light. And that, unfortunately, I think with LEDs, unless you go to 2,700 watts or something like
Kelvin,
that, or Kelvin or whatever, and lower, you don't have that quality of yellow light. And I hate, and my wife hates the white light. And every time we're putting these new lighting fixtures in, it's a struggle and it's a problem. This is, for example, one trend that I hate. I really hope or wish that they would work towards different shades of lighting. What is one trend that you don't like? You said the quality. You think the quality is bad today?
No, I think the quality is really bad, and it's due to the pricing and things like that. In fact, people, they put that in a ceiling, and you cannot differentiate one spot to another. I'm not speaking about decorative items.
No, of course,
okay?
yeah.
It's really technical items. The toilets for lights, for kitchen. The lights for the toilets, for kitchen. And at the end, the quality is bad, which makes you a bad lighting. Your yellow light can become a blue light, can become... and this is really a trend that is not good. It's not good for the atmosphere of lighting. It's not good for the schools, for the hospitals.
So there is really a range of quality, even in LED lighting.
Exactly, and we need to be careful. You heard about the blue lights. The blue lights is proven to be not good for children, for instance, that they are at school for 8 hours or 6 hours, we need to be careful. I always say to my friends, I said, why I'm selling a spot €50 while you can buy it on Alibaba for $5 or €5. I'm not a thief, at one point. And this should disappear. I hope they will not make mistake in the next generation of light, which will be OLED.
Yeah,
organic.
Jeremy, we live in a world, I would say, in design today where there's a lot of copy paste, right? So you see something, it's nice, you go and you replicate it. There's nothing that really protects you against these type of things. If today you're lighting a certain rectangular tower, somebody can see it and say, you know what, I'm going to do it the same way. How do you protect your creativity in a world of copy paste like that? In a world where there is a lot of competition out there that just replicates what you do. I mean, I'm sure you come across it sometimes.
So first of all, you have to protect a little bit, to be very careful on your communication. I'm telling you that because, I was a little bit over communicating with a group and proud of doing doing
Achieving
project,
things,
achieving project, because we have to speak about Africa after we move on. We've done some good project in Africa, and the thing is, like I was saying, a super nice project in Ivory Coast, in Abidjan, but you give
ideas,
the ideas and timing to your competitors, and suddenly you see them. It's true. You see them coming there and doing.
Where do you operate today? So today you operate out of Dubai?
Today we have an office in Paris, Lyon, in Abidjan, reflecting the whole region for West Africa. Abidjan, Senegal, Benin, in Cotonou, Central Africa in Congo, RDC, Kinshasa, and Dubai, Qatar, and Hong Kong.
Wow, and all that grew out of the Dubai office?
Yes.
With time. That's fantastic. Very well done. Jeremy, what's one leadership lesson that you've learned throughout the years, and you've learned it the hard way, besides what we talked about of hiring somebody as a GM? In terms of leadership, I know you, I've known you for a long time. I think you're somebody who's very confident, like me, sometimes overconfident even. And that's something that I think has served us well in our careers, even if people sometimes tend to tease us with it.
Which one?
Many of our friends. Many of our friends. What is one lesson, one leadership lesson that you've learned that is essential for any entrepreneur today, that they can take they can take from the start, and they should definitely follow?
You are a doer. You're a maker.
Yeah.
You know? Me, what I'm, and it's not like I'm not trying to spit on people or whatever, but you know what we call haters on internet or whatever. They spend their life to criticize things that people do.
Yeah.
But I prefer to do than to look at people.
Yeah.
You know. So at the end, I tell you something. A small story. It's very important. It's COVID time, and I said to my team, to the whole team, I said, look, we don't know if we're going to be closed 1 month, 3 months, 1 year. We don't know. And I have this money, you know. And they said, okay, we want 100% of our salaries. So I said, okay, you're my team, we are
Might
family.
last a month or two.
But I said, okay, 100% of your salaries. But in the next year, January 2021, I want 120% of your time, okay? So I paid everyone, even little bonus at the end, because the result kept going, you know.
At the end of the day, we
at the end of the day, we're in
well
2021, first quarter, you know, January to March. One divorced and said, Jeremy, sorry, I have to leave your company, I'm in divorce. And the other one burnt out. The other one, left, miss his country, things like this, you know. Because it changed many things. It was tough.
COVID was tough.
So I'm not making fun at them, but what I'm saying is, like, at the end, I understood each case individually, but I lost a lot of good people. And I said, you know, I gave them so much. Not financially, in terms of family, in terms of team building every
Support,
3 months. In terms of, you know, at the end, some people, they leave you, and people that leave you, sometimes they don't want to leave friends. You know, they leave, but I don't want to do that. I don't want. And at one point, so the long story short, the conclusion is like, don't put too much heart. It's still business. Business should not be emotions.
So the art
and I mix it too much. Emotions, business.
Yeah, and this could be dangerous sometimes.
Yes.
So the art of not giving that's what your advice is. Excellent. Jeremy, we're going to finish with one sentence that I would like you to complete for me. Actually, before that, I want to ask you one other question. 20 years from now, when we are sitting in Corsica, you and I, with our families, and enjoying a nice meal, what would you like people? Hopefully, we're both retired by then. Surely, we're both retired by then. What would you like people to say about the legacy of Jeremy Loisel and of what he's built in terms of business? What is it that would really make you sit down and say, you know what, I did well, and this makes me happy that people are saying that?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, but
it goes against your philosophy of not giving but this is I'm talking about people you care about, right? People
sure,
you care about, having a conversation. You remember this, Jeremy, that this and that. But you know what? This is what I remember from
No,
Jeremy.
I
and
would like
from-
people to remember that I was working really hard and playing hard.
Yeah.
But I was completely fair. I don't like the word aggressive, but maybe a bit aggressive in business.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But you
Driven.
You have to fight.
Driven. Yeah.
You have to fight.
Yeah.
You know, people have to fight. You have to put the effort, and I fought for that.
And you
know?
earned it.
I earned it.
Yes.
And when you say that, people are like, I think that I don't know how to say in English, but it's like it's always saying that. No, you have to fight, and when you fight, you have some scars or stuff like
some
that.
scars, of course.
At the end, I worked hard. I did my stuff, but I was fair to everyone, and I did not exaggerate it.
Yeah.
You know, only this. After
That's
how many people you have, how many money you have. At the end, you know. I know you.
There's always
you know
somebody.
me. We're gonna be comfortable,
and there's
it's
always
okay.
there's always somebody with more money and more people than
Exactly.
you anyway. So that's not even a gauge. Okay, we're gonna finish. I want you to finish the sentence for me. The real cost of doing business in Dubai is what? The real cost of owning your business in Dubai. The real cost of founding your business in Dubai is what to you?
The real cost. It's a lot of energy.
Sleepless nights.
Yeah, it depends. But I would say energy, and I would say
Does your family life suffer from it, for example?
they have to adapt, and they do it very well. I travel a lot.
Does your social life suffer from it?
I think now, yes.
Yeah.
Because because you're getting into it. You know, you're getting into it always, every day, every night. When you are an entrepreneur, you don't have timings, right?
Does your health suffer from it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that
Mental
you're putting,
health, physical health,
yeah, both. I have to be honest, both. And you have to keep going and to avoid the burnout and the things like this. But you have to work hard, you know, especially in Dubai, because now there is a lot of competition. When I arrived, and sorry, maybe it will not be it will be a bit pretentious, but I'm French.
Yeah, normal
okay.
trait.
The thing is, at the beginning, I was rare, so people like me were expensive. You know, now there is more and more level in Dubai. I'd like to say something about that. It's funny because before, when you could have a business in name it Geneva, Monaco, New York, Shanghai, Hong Kong, you were not going to Dubai. Now it changed so much that the first choice is Dubai in many industries.
And then you think about the other places.
Exactly.
And we're lucky to have been there to witness it.
I'm super happy about that.
Yeah.
You know, I told you I came in 22 years old. If I had to do it, I'll do it again.
Jeremy, thank you so much for having been with us. Thank you for sharing your insights. Thank you for being so candid and so honest about things. Always a pleasure chatting with you, and I wish you best of luck with the continuation of the growth of the company.
Thank you, George.
I hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and we'll see you on the next show. Thank you.